Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So let's start the introduction class. Let's start the introduction, guys. So before starting with the introduction, so let me introduce myself. Just a quick introduction regarding myself, guys. So this is Vamsi Krishna. So I was Vamsi Krishna, just a small presentation. Just a one slide, guys. I don't want to take much time. So just I want to tell you my brief experience. So just a brief introduction about my experience. So this is my experience, guys. This is Vamsi Krishna Guttula. So I'm almost all having around 20 years of experience, guys. So it is really a very huge experience in terms in when it comes to IT industry. 20 years is a very huge expertise. So I have a multiple skill sets. So because 20 years back we don't have a data science. So I started, but all my 20 years of career is completely working with the data itself. So I started initially from database management like SQL, PL, SQL, Oracle databases. Like I worked with the various databases, Oracle, SQL Server, and MySQL. So even still now also I will be working with all the three databases. After that, I moved to database administration. That is as part of DBA. So I can also deliver the trainings on DBA like backups, restores, okay, securities, high availabilities, monitoring. All these are going to be some architectural designing. All these are going to be comes under DBA part. And after that, I moved to business intelligence. That is nothing but where we do all the business analysis, ETL, reporting, analysis. All these are the related part of the BI technologies. And after that, I moved to the big data systems like Hadoop, Spark, Hive, Pig, Scoop. These are all some kind of an processing of large volumes of data. So how to handle the data, and after that, how to work with the data, and how we have to work with the large volumes of data. All these things I have worked on that. And from the last 7 years, almost all closer to 7 years, from 2017 I started, almost all 6 plus years, almost all closer to it is 7 years, I was into the data science related technologies. And coming to my current role is I was a freelancing trainer, and I also collaborated with XLR as a consultant trainer. XLR is a one of the corporate level training, guys. It's like an corporate. So there will be some LMS systems, time to time, day to day. It will be there. So I'll show you that XLR also. I'll show you. And I completed my advanced certification training on AI and ML from IIIT Hyderabad. I done one certification program also, just like how you are learning here. There it is not learning. We have to show our expertise. That's it. We don't learn there. There we have to show our expertise only. Okay. So we'll teach you, they will teach some basic concepts, but after that we have to show our expertise in our data science. So it is an advanced certified training in ML and AI from IIIT Hyderabad. I done it, guys. Even still also, IIIT Hyderabad is providing a lot of courses currently, a lot of training programs. So a huge experience, guys. So you can utilize all this experience. So that is the reason I was able to deliver a complete full stack data science course. So I can work with all the data science related databases, even big data systems, some Power BI tools, all these things, everything I'm going to be deliver as part of that, as part of our full stack data science training. Okay. So anyhow, please attend a 2 days demo classes, guys. 2 days, if you attend the 2 days demo classes, so I can make you understand really what is exactly this data science is meant for. Okay. So what is data science? First of all, as I'm saying that, no, as I'm saying that, there is a word was there. There was a expert, some expert says that finding a real data scientist is very hard. Finding a real data scientist. Maybe you have heard about a role. So if you learn data science, what is your role? Your role is going to be a data scientist. Finding a real data scientist is really hard. At the same time, finding a person who knows what a data scientist will do also really hard. That means finding, trying to find out what exactly a data scientist will do also is really hard. So many people does not know that much clearly about what exactly a data scientist is going to be doing. So finding a data scientist is hard. At the same time, finding a person who knows what data scientist will do is also really hard here. So data scientist role is going to be so many roles are there, guys. There are so many roles are there. Okay. So whenever I'm talking about a full stack data science course, so our course name is actually you are all here to learn about a course or a completed training program on which is going to be a full stack data science. It's a full stack data science. Now, okay, I'm using as you can see that I'm using a digital pen. So it is going to be, I'll be using technology. So technology wise and everything, I will be always ahead. So I don't want to waste the time in typing. Typing will take, I'll see. If you type anything, it will waste a lot of time. I can also write a freehand also. If I want to draw if I want to just try highlight it, I can just draw a rectangle here now easily. Within a few seconds of time, I can travel. I can write it. But whenever I want to type it in a notepad, I cannot do this kind of a things. I don't want to make this. So it's a professional, it looks like a very professional training. Like you are sitting in a class, there is a whiteboard, I'm writing on the whiteboard, explaining the concept, everything. Easily I can draw the curves, I can draw like this. Easily I can do that. Okay, fine. So it's a full stack data science course. First of all, what is full stack? Nowadays, wherever you go, they are asking about a full stack Java, full stack UI, full stack Python, every full stack data engineer. So everywhere they are talking about what is full stack. So whenever they are talking about full stack, what is exactly full stack now? Full stack means completely let the end to end. It is going to be what we are going to call it as a full stack. Like for example, you know that, for example, you take Java project or a Python project or a data engineering project, whatever it may be. For example, if we talk about a data engineering project. So in a data engineering project, there are different guys will be there, or a different experts will be there. Some database experts will be there. There are going to be database experts, so they can query the data efficiently. Some people are going to be having some kind of an data migration experts. So how to migrate the data from one system to another system. So how to collect the data from various systems. Some kind of an ETL requirement will be there. Okay, some ETL experts are going to be required. So like that, there is a different roles are required. One after the another, the project will be going on. Even in our data science also, we are having a different types of roles will be there, guys. Even in our data science also, there are different roles will be there. Just an example, I'm saying that. For example, there is a data analyst is there. For example, just an example, there is a data analyst is there. Let us imagine that nowadays, I'm just explaining that a data analyst requires to analyze the data. Mainly his task is to analyze the data. That is basically the role of a data analyst. So it is going to be analyze the data. Okay. So he has to analyze the data and he has to give some report to the whatever the manager is there. What are the manager. So the data was there. Let us say that the data was there in a database system. In a database system, there is a database is there. Now, whenever this data analyst want to analyze the data, first of all, he has to know how to query the data from a database. He should know. Yes, anybody?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So please put your mics in mute, guys. In the case if you want to speak, you can speak if you have any questions. So one of the what is the main key difference between our training and other trainings is obviously it is going to be the concepts may be same, guys. That is going to be everyone discuss, everyone can explain the concepts, everyone can show. That is a different case. Second thing is going to be we allow to speak, we allow you to speak. And if you go to other trainings, you will be kept on mute, you cannot speak. That is first thing. Even you are allowed to chat, but your chat will be visible only to the trainer. Other guys cannot, other participants cannot see. That means if somebody has asked me a question, if I want, I can hide that. Somebody asked me a question, only I can see. But here it is not like that. We'll be allowing you to speak. You can speak if you want. You can unmute yourself because we want to give. Obviously, it should not be like a, that. If I don't allow you to speak, it looks like a video training. So I'm just going through some online something like there is a live is going on any YouTube. It does not matters about that. It does not looks like an interactive session. Here you should be interactive, guys. I'll ask you the questions. You have to answer them. Don't think that it will disturb the other people. If I ask any question, If you know the answer and if you want to answer, please express it, guys. Please be interactive. Plus, along with that, whatever the messages you type, everybody can see that. Everybody can see the message. So if anybody asks anything, so other guys also can see what he has been asked for. So that whether I'm answering or not, everybody can verify that. So while you are chatting, there is a chat button will be there. So all of you nowadays, everybody knows about the Zoom, because almost all everywhere now the Zoom meetings, everything is a Zoom meetings only. There is an option to send to everyone. Please send it to everyone. Even if it is an any type of a question, send it to everyone. So that the same question maybe that comes to other participant, so he can need not to again repeat that particular question. He will automatically will answer. Yeah. So it is a fresh batch. I have joined September 21st, 6:30 a.m. All these are completed here. Yes, Swapna, already I have informed you, like 2 days we have an backup sessions are there. Today and tomorrow there is a backup sessions are there. I think already you got a mail, Swapna, and already informed you. But yesterday what happened here is suddenly the meeting was ended yesterday suddenly in the middle. So that's why I was unable to inform. Anybody guys who has been joined the last week, they can disconnect if they want, or they can continue. 2 days there is a backup sessions as I told you. Okay, fine. Right, guys. So no worries, guys. Let us continue it. Okay, so you are allowed to speak. You are allowed to chat with me directly. Which can be which can be viewed by everyone, guys. That is the one main thing which we are going to be we are providing. Other trainings they are not like that. Other institutes they don't allow to speak. They will put it in all of you in mute. And second thing is they don't allow you to chat. The chat can be visible only to the trainer only. So if trainer speaks about that, the other people knows about that. Otherwise, the other people don't know about what they have been talking about that. Okay. There is a data analyst is there. He want to analyze the data. Okay. Now the thing is, I'll tell you, Kartikeya, right? Kartikeya, right? Yes. Kartikeya is not wrong. Yes, Kartikeya. Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'll explain that. Let me take some introduction part. Everything I'll end to end, whatever you require, whatever we provide, everything I'll explain the concept. Okay. So data analyst role is to analyze the data, guys. If you want to analyze the data, first of all, he has to query the data. Okay. So whenever I want to query the data, previously, I'm talking about previously, this data analyst people knows only how to interpret the data. They knows how to interpret the data, but they don't know how to query the data in an efficient way. They may knows, but they may not know efficient way. That means sometimes when they want to write some complex queries, so a data analyst may not have the knowledge about that. That's why previously companies used to hire two people. One is a data analyst and the other one is plus whether it is going to be, let us say that there is a database, going to be a database developer, or he may be nothing but what we can call it as a database developer, or nothing but a guy who is going to be an SQL expert. Let us say that an SQL expert. So two people used to work, data analyst and which is going to be SQL expert. And after this data analyst analyzed the data, let us say that some example, he want to generate a report. This data analyst is capable to generate a simple reports, but my business requirements, my business units requires some complex reports. It requires some complex reports. Simple reports anybody can develop in Excel sheets, etc. We can develop, but they are asking a little bit a higher level reporting. They are asking. So it is going to be, for that they require a report developer. It is going to be required. A specialized report developer is required. So in my project, so there are going to be three skills are required. One SQL expert is required, one data analyst, one data analysis expert is required, and one report developer is required. So see the stages here now. The stage one is the SQL expert has to query the data. This is the first step. And data analyst is going to analyze the data, and then that has to be generated as a report by a report developer. So this is a sequence. So the SQL expert or the database developer has to, which is going to be, they have to write a query to extract the required data. Data analyst is going to analyze that particular data in some Excel sheet or something like that. And that report need to be generated by a report developer. So there are three peoples are required. Now what happened now? In the earlier case, some 10 years before, the industry used to be like that. For example, let us say that unless and until the SQL expert stage is not completed, he cannot start the analysis. Unless and until he don't complete his analysis, report developer cannot generate the report. Now let us say that the business units are asking the report developer, where is my report? He says that data analyst has not given the report. Now, if you ask the data analyst, he is saying that SQL expert didn't given the data up to now. He was in holiday now. Let us say for 2 days he was off, so there is no work is there. Let us say only one person is there, for example. Real time it is not like that. Some team will be working. So it is a sequential order. So what has been happened here is the project used to be delayed. The deliveries are used to be delayed. And once, unless and until he didn't completed his work, so this person cannot do the work. Now the companies has completely changed the scenarios, guys. So if I'm working on a data analysis project, so you should be knowing about, the person should know about the complete end to end. So you should know about an expert. You should be an expert in SQL. You should be an expert in analyze. You should be expert in report development. That means it is a nothing but what we call it as a full stack. Let us say that I can call him as a full stack data analyst. That means whenever he want to work from end to end, I'll explain them. Okay, I'll explain that. What is data analyst versus data engineer? It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay, so data analyst is going to be nothing but who is going to analyze this the data. Okay, but who is going to provide the data to the data analyst? For example, there are so many systems will be there in real time. Nowadays, there is a lot of systems are coming like different cloud storages, database systems, and all these things. So data analyst, sorry, data scientist, sorry, data engineer is a person who is going to pull up all these data sources, okay, defining of these particular data flows, a proper data flow. For example, let us say that there is some system is there. So this is your analytical system, for example. This is going to be an analytical system, guys, analytical systems. Okay. Analytical system where the business and data analyst is analyzing the data. But how this data is coming? Nowadays, data is coming in a different sources. Previously, data used to be there only simple in a database system or a file system. But nowadays, it is not like that. Data is available in different systems. Maybe sometimes some data is available in a database systems. Sometimes it is there in some kind of a different type of cloud storages, or somewhere nowadays a lot of other things, like we are having some big data systems, isn't it? All are different systems, guys. So a data engineering role, a person, the data engineer is a person who pulls up all these particular data, which who defines how the flow of data, how what type of systems I have to use. So if you want to get a data from database, what kind of concept I have to use to extract the data from cloud, what we have to do, what are the integrations we have to do. There are so many integrations are going to be required. So a data engineer is a role who is going to just collect, he's going to make the data pipelines, we generally call it as. So the flow of the data from one system to another system. So how this data is coming. Sometimes I have to do some kind of a data streaming I have to do from where different internet services or some on-site on online websites we have to require the data. So all these are going to be just pipeline by this particular data engineer. So data engineer is doing the preparation of the data, and data analyst will consume that particular data and it tells the business analysis. So what is the data engineer role? You should know about a process like ETL, or it is going to be some processing of large volumes of data, something like Spark, SQL is required. These are all the expertise of this particular person. Now, what is a data analyst is going to be doing? As you know that he should know how to query the data, just how to query the data and how to, which is going to be develop a report, for example. That is a data analyst role. So all that raw materials, everything is going to be provided by the data engineer. He is going to collect all the things, process, and everything will be done by the data analyst, but consumed by the, not only consumed by data analyst, it will be consumed by data analyst, or it can be report developers, or it can be data science people. All the data science people is going to consume the data which was prepared by the data engineers only. So that is the second role of the next level of that particular data engineering role. Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. So what we are talking about, guys, it is a full stack data analyst, meaning that is I was an expert in the data analysis. I was an expert in the SQL, as well as I was expert in a report developer. Now, what is happening now? He can work at any level, whatever he want to work. Now, in the earlier case, the project used to be done by 3 people. Now it can be done by only 2 people is sufficient for me, because one can work on the data querying, one can work on the data analysis, one can work on no need of requiring 3 people now, 3 experts, because all these experts I can have only just a 2 people. When one person is sufficient, depends on the size of the project, I may require multiple people are required. Just I'm telling an example. So that is the reason. That means my idea here is not to deliver the project as soon as possible, or I want to make the cost cutting of that particular employees. My main concept here is the person should be available to work at any level, or even my company may also have hire me 3 people may hiring. Maybe one data analyst, one hire 3 people, but all 3 people can work at whatever the levels he requires. For example, if a data analyst requires some data, he need not to wait for the SQL experts to complete the work. For example, SQL expert is working on some other task. So meanwhile, he requires some data. He can query the data. For example, he can generate some reports. So if he was an expertise in all the multiple areas, I can make him to work at any level of the project, so that I can make the project more and more efficient. Maybe time is going to be saved. I'm not doing any cost cutting here now. Employees are 3 employees only. But why should I restrict the person to say you work only on a skill, you work only on analysis, you work only on reporting? All of the 3 you work. Collaboratively you work. So all at a time they work. Whatever the data they require. At a time they can work on the database. At a time they can work on analysis. At a time they can work on the development. So obviously it is going to be becomes very fast. The projects are going to be delivered very, very fast. Efficiency increases, as well as the time is also going to be saved. So company is not saving any money here now. Cost cutting is not getting done, but still the delivers are going to be becomes more here now. That is the reason why companies are looking for almost all the full stack Java developers that are saying, full stack UI developers, full stack which is going to be Python. Apart from that, full stack data engineers. So even the same as it is the full stack data science. So I'll tell you what is a data science requires. So a full stack data science engineer is nothing but who works on end to end, or who can work, better to say that, who can work from end to end in any data science project. End to end in any data science project they can work. That is what a full stack data science the expertise it is going to be. So what skills he requires? There are multiple skills are there, guys. There are multiple skills are there. Yes, here also, guys, there are multiple skills are going to be there. As a data engineering or a data scientist, you require some kind of a skill of data analysis. You require, guys, a data analysis. Okay, it requires a skill like which is going to be a data visualization. Why do you require? I'll explain the concept, guys. Don't worry. Data analysis is required. Data visualization is required. And apart from that, the main expertise, guys, it is one of the main expertise. That is nothing but what we call it as machine learning. Machine learning, deep learning, etc., guys. These are the main concept, guys. Data analysis means, yes, he can become a part of a data analysis projects. So he's a data analyst and data visualization expert. But main important is, mainly, guys, main important is machine learning. Even deep learning is also part of the machine learning only. Deep learning is a part of the machine learning only. Okay. So which language are important in the data science? Okay. So let me explain that. I'll also clarify that for today's class only. Machine learning and deep learning are some techniques we are going to use, guys. It's not the concept of language. We are going to be using some kind of a techniques. Which type of techniques we are going to learn? Some mathematics and statistical techniques which we are going to learn. So what is machine learning and deep learning is? Machine learning, deep learning, not both are separate, guys. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Deep learning is a part of machine learning. Machine learning is a part of AI. So we are learning some AI systems only, guys. Our course name is full stack, which is going to be AI, data science and AI, isn't it? A full stack data science and AI. So these are all part of AI. I'll make you understand what is that AI and all these things will make you understand. But main important is a machine learning. Machine learning is a technique, guys. We can say a technique or a task. I can say that. Okay. What is this technique is going to do is, it is going to helps the machine to study the data. We are not going to study the data, guys. we are going to make the machines to study the data, guys. That is what we are trying to understand that. Okay, so don't worry, I'll explain the concept clearly later, one by one. This is only just an introduction part, no? So what is machine learning, to understand that? So we are going to be using a various techniques or the task we are going to do that. So to perform this particular technique or a task, obviously we require some language is required, guys. Absolutely, we require some language, isn't it? So what language you want to use? The first point is this data science and machine learning, whatever we are working, as I said that these are all some mathematical statistical techniques. So that means that you should be knowing a little bit more about the maths, not more about the maths, not that much more you require, just a little bit knowledge of whatever the maths. If you're in a position to understand what I'm explaining, the mathematical concept I'm explaining, that is sufficient, guys. Okay, so hope all of you remembered, guys, how to calculate a distance between two data points. So if two data points are x1, y1, and if it is x2, y2, it is going to be nothing but what is the distance between two data points. So it is going to be nothing but x1 minus, which is going to be x2 square, plus y1 minus y2 square. Yes, in our data science, we'll use some kind of an distance calculations. We do that. But maybe in our school days or college days, we learn how to calculate distance. But how many types of distances are there? We have a different type of distances are there, guys. This is what we call it as Euclidean distance, guys. This is called as, generally we call it as an Euclidean distance, because this formula was formulated by a person called as an Euclidean. That's why we call the formula as an Euclidean distance. Apart from that, we have some other distances are also there, guys. For example, let us say that this is your data, guys. For example, let us say this is your location. For example, x and y is a location. If we directly travel from x to y, this is called as an Euclidean distance. Instead of traveling like that, you can also travel like this also, right? So this is going to be nothing but if I travel like this, guys. For example, x and y is there. Here one O point is there. If I directly travel from x to y, this distance is called as Euclidean distance. If you travel from x to O and O to y, if you calculate this distance, it is what we are going to call it as an absolute distance, guys. There is a name is also there. An absolute distance, or also we call it as a Manhattan distance, we are going to call it as. It is nothing but what we call it as absolute distance. Okay, what is an absolute distance, guys? Absolute distance is nothing but the modulus of x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2. No need of squaring and no need of square root. That is what we call it as absolute distance. If you want, you can try it. So just if we can capable to understand, guys, if this point is x1, y1, this point is x2, y2, I think you know what is the O point here, guys. If there is a parallel point, exactly parallel point to x and y, you know what is this O point, guys. Your O point is going to be how much, guys? X coordinate will changes. It is going to be x2, y coordinate remains the same, y1. Isn't it, guys? If this is exactly parallel point, if this is exactly parallel to this, O point is x2 and y1. So what is the distance from x to O, guys? x1 minus x2 whole square, square root of that. y1 anyhow cancels. So the distance is x1 minus x2 modulus. This one is nothing but y1 minus y2 modulus. So total distance is x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2. This is called as an absolute distance or a Manhattan distance. We are having something called as an cosine distance is there. It is nothing but a cosine distance, guys. So don't worry, just I'm telling that these are the things which we have to learn. These are all mathematical and statistical based concepts, guys. So to implement that, I have to use some language. Absolutely no doubt I have to use a language. But which language you use? For example, if I say something like let us go to a language called as a Java. Generally, even you have not learned the Java, at least we have heard about that. Like Java is not that much a simple language. It takes a lot of time to learn it, and it requires a lot of programmatical skills, etc., etc. That's why we want to use a very simple language to perform all these operations. So which language? Is there any such type of a language is there? Yes, we have such kind of a language, which is a very, very popular language, which is Python. Sir, we don't know Python, so what shall I do? No need to worry about that, guys. Whatever the Python basic concepts are required, I am going to teach you from my side. Whatever the basics that is required, I'm going to teach you from my side. Basics only, guys. Not it is going to be a complete Python classes. Basics I'm going to teach you. 15 days, 2 weeks of time. Let us say that you are interested to know after starting learning the Python, you being interested in the Python, and what you thought is, I want to explore more and more. That means apart from whatever I am teaching, I taught in the class, apart from that, you require more and more. Then what is the solution here is, if you guys registered for this course, if you join for this course, if you register for this course, along with my course curriculum, you are also going to get one complimentary, guys. That complimentary is nothing but a free Python videos. There are free Python videos are there, guys. So which is approximately 170 videos are there, guys. It was delivered by Mr. Durga sir. So I think some guys you may not be aware about, maybe you know about that. So this name, that particular the training institute name is a DurgaSoft software solution, or some name is there. It was established by a person by the name Durga. He's an expert in Java and Python. He teaches from the last, maybe he's also having almost all 20 plus years of experience. From last 20 plus years, yeah. Just a minute. I think there was a small network disturbance is there, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think now it is audible, guys. Is I'm audible now? Yes. Yeah. Fine, guys. There is from morning there is a two times it was a disconnection. Maybe my voice may be breaking. Maybe because I connected to my mobile data. Powers will generally resumes, guys. In the morning also at morning 6 o'clock only the power was failed. After that again it was resumed. Okay, no problem. We'll continue, guys. Okay, it will be clear only. So anyhow, it's a 5G network only. So I think so it will be speed. So you don't have a disturbance. But sometimes maybe some voice is breaking, but generally 2-3 minutes again the power will be resumed generally. Okay. So what I'm talking about here is the free Python videos you are going to get. It's delivered by Mr. Durga sir. So Durga sir is an expert in Python and Java from almost all from the last 20 years. You will be getting the Python videos, guys. This you are going to get it like an complimentary. So for that, there is one small procedure is there. Small procedure means it's going to be an LMS system will be there. Directly, we don't deliver them. So you have to do some small registration you have to require on durgasoftonline.com. And there you have to you can find, guys. So these videos you are going to get a free of cost. Normally, if you want to buy, it is going to be 4,000 is the cost of this particular videos, which will be given an access for 180 days. 6 months access will be there for these videos, guys. I'm talking about these videos. Apart from that, our daily videos, guys, that means daily our session videos, every day-to-day classes, those will be coming through your, what we can say, about from the Google Drive. Through the Google Drive, we are going to give the access to you guys. That is every day-to-day, whatever the recording sessions are there. They are not from the previous videos. That is not from the previous classes. It is your classes videos only you can do. So generally, I recommend saying that don't miss the classes. Please allot your time. Every day at morning 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. So generally, because you know that no, it's a technical, it's an online. Online means generally there is a technical issues will be there. So for some of them, voice will not be connected. Sometimes some people can't see the videos. That's why what we generally do is we'll just give a 5-10 minutes a grace period, like 6:40. Let's say that, and even just we don't take up to 8 o'clock, generally by 7:55, depending on the topic, guys. Depending on the topic, 7:50, 7:55. generally that is going to be the closing time will generally. So every day, almost all, I can say that 1 hour, 20 minutes, you have to allot it. That is fixed. So sometimes we know that sometimes you will be having some other works, or maybe you are not feeling well, or due to some other whatever the workouts for you having, you may miss a class. So once you miss a class, before coming to the next class, what you have to do is you have to go through the video that was uploaded. So morning 6:30, right? Almost all by 11 o'clock, the video will be available. By 11 o'clock, almost all by 11 o'clock, your video will be available to you guys on the Google Drive. So you can get the access to the video, watch the video, complete of your learning, and then you have to attend the next class. In the case, if we have missed. So don't always think that every day the videos are available, later you can learn it. It looks like a video training, guys. So video learning is not that much comfortable, guys. So this whatever we see, all the online videos, so Udemy and all these things, people will buy, because I'm saying that it's my personal. Even see, if somebody, I want to learn something, for example, I keep on learning, guys. I'll keep on every day, whenever I find the time, whenever. Right now I was busy with some corporate trainings. I'm delivering a training for CGA. So while during that I was busy, but otherwise I'll be learning. I am upgrading myself to different technologies, new technologies, upgradations I'll be doing, guys. So I'll also get some videos, but I can't watch the videos. I cannot sit on the system for 1 hour. Even 1 hour video also I can't sit on the system. I'll put it in a fast mode. I will put it in a fast mode. And what I will do is quickly I'll just fast forward sometimes the topics. And so while you are in the class, all these are very fine. But if you try to watch the videos now, all these topics will be a little bit boring to you. That should be like an direct interactive. Then only we can do that. Otherwise, it will not be at all interesting. It's like a boring discussions will be taking place. Just a minute. Once power has been resumed, guys. Yeah, power has been resumed. So just give me a second. I'll just connect it. Okay. So this is going to be, yeah. So somebody is asking a question saying that, do a data science requires a data engineering skills? Yeah. It's not mandatory, Narsimham. Okay. It is not mandatory. I think I can see the name like Narsimham. Yeah. It is not mandatory, but some basic skills, like some part like some partial skills, like something like we have to know a little bit about the big data systems. Okay, a little bit about the big data systems if you require. Sometimes that means, see, when a data engineer will comes into the picture, whenever we have too many multiple systems are there, or it may be very huge volumes of data and a very complex systems are there, a data engineer is required. For example, we have a data, let us say I was a data scientist, but suddenly I got some requirement to process some data that do not requires a real data engineering, but a small data engineering skill will automatically will help you to sort out the problem. Then the companies never hire for small task, and never the company never hire a complete data full stack data engineer, isn't it? That's why if you know some skills, it is a little bit added advantage. That's why in our course we are having the concept of Spark is available. So Spark is going to be a one of the we can say that one of the main important skill which a data engineer is going to be gets required, guys, which a data engineer is going to be required. But we don't go deep into the Spark. We don't go deep into the Spark. So at least like basic ideas, like using Spark, what we can do, why the Spark came into existence, all these things we'll be discussing about that. So a little bit. So all concepts we have to be aware about that. End to end. That's why we said that full stack data science engineer, full stack data science engineer. So that means that we require some not only the data science related concepts, at least some other concept. Some people also ask me SQL. Yes, that also I recommend them, guys. But I generally we don't spend any time on SQL. That is like you can go for self learning. So there are a lot of online videos are there. Apart from that, I, whatever, though I don't discuss the SQL concepts, whatever the concepts we do it in SQL, same thing we are going to do it in Python also. We are going to do that. We do it, and as part of our data analysis, data manipulations, we are going to do that. Like for example, in case while we are doing the data, your data analysis and all these things, sometimes we have to merge the data sets. We are going to call it as merging of data sets are required, guys. What is this concept of merging of data sets? It's very similar to joins in SQL. So at that time, I'll teach you, okay, these are the joins in SQL. So these are because the joins in SQL is nothing but in our data analysis, we are going to call them as merging of data sets, we call it as. So like that, skills we are going to learn. So that's why I'm saying that these are all techniques we have to learn, guys. Whether you do it by SQL, whether you do it in Python, that is a secondary case. That is a secondary case. How we are doing that? You use any tool you can use or any language you use does not matter. But here the technique what we are going to be using that. Why should I merge the data sets? How do you merge the data sets? That is going to be a requirement here now. Okay, so it's not mandatory, but some like a skills, like some common skills are there, like SQL, like which is going to be a little bit of Python. Data engineers also will use a Python. Why? Because if you want to work with the Spark, they have to use some framework called as an PySpark is required. So whenever the PySpark is required, what is PySpark here? PySpark is going to be nothing but it is Python plus which is going to be Spark. So that's why we are going to call it as a PySpark, what we are going to call it as. So they also require some knowledge of Python is going to be required. So that is the case of that, right? So that's it, guys. Fine. Okay, so if you want to learn Python, so we'll be giving some free Python videos, guys, that you can learn it from the videos. Apart from my learning, if you want to little bit additional topics, if you want to learn, then we can learn it with the help of the videos, the video training. 170 videos will be there, guys. 180 days access will be given to you. Access will be 180 days, guys. Okay, it won't take that much time. That means even for one day, you need not to learn like all 180 videos are accessible at a time, 170 videos. So every day, if you cover at least 3 to 4 videos, if you cover it. So all these are very basics of Python. That's why they are very, very basic level. Parallelly, anyhow, I am teaching Python parallelly, isn't it? So then you can easily understand this topic. For example, my 15 classes, for example, guys, my 15 classes will be almost all 120 videos here now. My 15 classes videos will be 120 videos here, almost all. Because the topics will be like that. The topics are going to be very simple topics only. But being that is a Python basic classes, everything, what is software, what is hardware, why do you require a programming language, what is a compiler, what is an interpreter, what is declaration, what is data type, what is a variable, okay, so what is assignment. So they are going to teach you like that. But I don't teach like that. Directly on the first day itself, in the first 2 days, I'll discuss about that. In the Python first day introduction only, I'll directly start with what are operators, what are assignment operators, what are relational, what are comparison, everything in the first day only we are going to cover it. So it's like an Python brush up classes. My classes will be like, you can learn and you can just brush up the classes. Got it? I don't want to teach each and every detail point here now, because expecting that you guys, for example, today you guys has been attending a data science, a demo. So why you are attending? You have a plan to, let us say that learn data science. It may be for getting a job, or it may be change in your existing technology. For whatever may be the reason, you joined here now. So we expect that the guys who has been chosen the data science is not that much dumb candidates. So chosen the data, because data science itself is a little bit higher level, as we already know that. So if a dumb person is there who do not have any idea about programming, who do not have any idea about a maths, he cannot choose the data science. He can choose. I'm not saying that he cannot choose, but a lot of struggle is going to be required. He has to learn a lot of things, programs and all these things. He has to learn it. So expecting that all of them are, I have to bring all of you into one at the same level. We should be all on the same level. You should be there. So first we have to bring all of you up to that particular level. So we are going to teach, I'm going to teach the concepts. At the same time, I don't say that, okay, all of you learn this. I'll also teach them, but not that much like a descriptive, like an basic one by one, point to point. I don't start with what is a programming language. Okay, why do you require a programming language? Directly, what are the features of Python? Compare with other languages, what features the Python provides. Like that, I'll be just going ahead and I'm discussing about that. Yeah, those are free. Those are free only who has been registered for the data science course. Otherwise, you have to pay 4,000 for them. So if you really want to get the courses, for example, you are not joining this course for some reason, maybe later or sometime you are not interested to join. Then if you want to get the Python videos, yes, you can get the videos, but you have to pay 4K. 4,000 is there. You can see there, no? So you can just buy them 4,000. I think for 180 days access, it is 4,000. And if you want to go for 1 year, I think it will be some 6,000 plus. I think I was not sure about that. Yeah, 4,000 for 180 days access, and 360 days it is 6,000. If you want to get access for a 1 year, you will be given. You will be charged for 6,000 rupees. So this we are going to give you at a free of cost for 180 days access, not 360 days access. Yeah, yes, absolutely. So who has been registered for this course, they will get this access at a free of cost. This 4,000, that means 180 days access, not 360 degrees access, 360 days access. It is going to be 180 days access will be given to you for, and that there is a small procedure is there. You have to get registered in the DurgaSoft online. If you open the website, here on the right hand side, you will be having a login button will be there. You can see my courses, right? So if I go to my courses, free of cost. There are some other courses are also there, which you are going to get at a free of cost. Just a minute, guys. I think the power was resumed. Let me connect once. Let me connect to my internet. Yeah. Yeah, guys, the power was resumed. I think you can see. Yeah. I think so. It was not recent sessions only. It is a little bit old sessions, I think. It is a little bit old sessions. I think 2 years back or 3 years back sessions. So Python concepts are right. The concepts change does not changes, right? So as of my knowledge, there are going to be around 2020, I think, 2020 or 2021. As of my knowledge, it is 2020, I think, 2020 videos. Right. So yeah, just a second once. Yeah. So this is all about the what we are talking about the what we are talking about the Python videos. Apart from my classes, I'm saying that no, my 15 days concepts will be almost all somewhere around 120 videos, 100 plus videos will be there. Instead of watching the first 100 plus videos, you can just go through my 15 days classes. Sufficient. Remaining additional, there are some topics will be there, guys. Hardly maybe 60 videos or something will be there, which is going to be hardly there are going to be additional topics, which generally we don't require, guys. We don't require them. In our data science course, we don't require them. The class is specifically for Python classes. That's why they teach you all the topics. But here we don't teach all these topics. Whatever the Python that is required for our data science, only those topics only we are going to learn. Right? Fine, guys. Okay, so now coming to the discussions. Yes, what language is what you are discussing, guys? Like what is going to be our mainly regarding the machine learning, guys. So mainly just I want to complete that introduction. Tomorrow I will take some part of the technical part of machine learning. So the main interesting topic here is, guys, the main interesting topic in this data science is machine learning. So generally, maybe I don't know how many of you haven't heard about the machine learning about that. They may think, but looking at the data science means everybody talking about data science means generally most of you people thinking is just like other programming language, Java, .NET, there also will write some programs, etc. We don't write any programs here, guys. We don't write any programs here now. That means we'll write some programming. Programming means we don't write any logics and all these things. We don't write in, guys. We don't write all the logics and all these things. We don't write it. Machine learning is a task. Machine learning is a task. Yeah, just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, guys. So this is going to be what we are talking about is machine learning. What we are going to do, guys, here we are going to feed the data to the machines. Machines are going to learn. We are not going to learn from the machines, guys. We are going to learn from the which we are going to be learning from the which is going to be from the machines. Machines are going to learn from the data. You feed the data. So what is an advantage? I'll make you understand in the next class. We are going to feed the data, guys. Data is going to be given to the machines. Machines are going to learn from the data. Machines will learn from the data. So how the data patterns was there, if there is any patterns in the data, machines are going to explain this is your pattern of your data. Or there is some relation between the two variables. It will tell you this variable is having a dependency with this particular variable, and it is going to give you the insights. It is going to give you the, which is going to be insights. It is going to give you the insights. So data is given to the machine, and the machine is going to studies the data, and machine is going to tells you the insights from the data. Normally, a data analyst is going to goes to the data, he will read the data, and is going to get the analytics. But here it is not like that. You feed the data to the machine, machine is going to study the data, and that particular machine is going to tells you the insights. So how is your data? What is your data? How the patterns are there? How the relationships are there? All these things it is going to tells you in terms of that particular machine. So machines are going to learn. Got the point? So most interesting topic is machine is going to learn from the data. But how the machines are going to learn? How the machines are going to learn? Yes, the machines are going to learn with the help of some kind of an machine learning algorithms will be there. So as a machine learning expert or a data science expert, you have to learn these algorithms. We have to learn it. We have to learn the algorithms. We have to learn those particular algorithms. We have to learn, guys. So the main interesting topic in the data science is what is data science? Data science is all about. So as I told you, we are going to learn about various techniques, methodologies. We are going to be learning. We are going to be learning all these things to understand this particular the data. So mainly we have to get the insights from the data, guys. That is the main concept of how we are going to be working with this concept of machine learning. So what algorithms are there? Yes, there are some algorithms are there. You may be already, nowadays everybody is attending multiple demos, or before joining the class, you are going through some videos. You may be heard about machine learning algorithms, decision trees, okay, KNNs. We are having a Navi base. We are having something called as so many algorithms, neural networks, convolution neural networks, recurrent neural networks. These are all going to be the different what we can say that the algorithms which we have to study, guys. That is what basically the machine learning is all about that. So we are responsible to make the machine to learn. So machine will be trained, guys. Machines are going to be trained. So I'll tell you a simple example. I'm not going to tell you that. So let us say that I'm going to give some, I have some images, guys. Human faces images are there. The faces images are there with me. There are the human images are there. It's not just like 2 or 3. If you give these images, saying that this image is a male, this image is a female, so machines are going to learn from these images, guys. They will learn like these images are how the faces of females looks like, how the faces of males is going to looks like. Machines will learn from these images. They will differentiate between male and a female. Now, once if I give a new image once if I give a new image, a new human image, if I given them, the machine is going to tells you whether the person in the image is a male or a female. Hope you understood the point, guys. We don't write any logic here, guys. We don't write any logic. We only write the code to make the machine to learn. So the machine learns the data. What format of data is required, that we are going to give it. So feed some images to the machine. The machine is going to study the data, learns the data, and that particular data is going to be given. And once it learns the data, automatically what happens here is, whenever a given new image, the machine can tell you whether this person in the image is a male or a female. Machines will tell. If I give the image, it will tell what is the gender of this particular person, whether male or whether it is female. Got the point? So that is what a machine learning expert is going to do, guys. Okay. So technically what it is going to be do is what we are going to do, that I will discuss in the next coming sessions. I'll discuss in, guys. Okay. I'll say generally 2 days, but 2 to 3 days I'll take the introduction classes to make you get some clarity about those particular concepts, guys. Okay. So this is about my just a first introduction class, guys. So I don't want to put more on the first introduction class. Take 1 or 2 classes, I'll take it. 2 or 3 classes I'm going to take in to get a complete clarity about that. Okay. So this is from my side for the today's class, guys. So if you have any questions, I can take some questions now, guys. 5-10 minutes, I can take the questions if you have any questions, guys. Anyone, guys? If you have any questions, you can unmute and speak, or else you can type your question also, guys. Okay. Yes. Anybody, guys? Any questions if you have? Anyone, guys? No questions? Nobody? Yep, guys. Anybody? Any questions? No questions at all.
Hi, sir.
Laptop. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, Venkat Sivareddy. Yeah, laptop configuration is basic configuration sufficient, guys. i3, i5. You can just buy a latest one if you want. You don't really require, but if you want to go to deep learning or etc., later if you have any interest to go to deep learning, go for a GPU basic systems. Otherwise, basic configuration i3 12 generation, i5 12 generation, anything is a fine. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Somebody is asking a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm having 14 years of experience
Okay.
in
Okay.
Office 365,
Mhm.
SharePoint, and all. So
Mhm.
currently, I'm looking to change my career into data science AI.
Mhm.
Uh, so if I'm not up to the mark,
Mhm.
because I'm from admin background without a coding knowledge,
Mhm.
how can you suggest for me prompt engineering where I need just
See,
language models and all?
yes, anything is going to be, even if you go to the language models or a prompt engineering, whatever it may be. See, language models are going to be, you can say that this language models are also developed completely based on the concept of machine learning concept only. We'll also develop some small language models. We don't develop a large language models. We'll develop a small language models. So these language models or LLMs, whatever large language models or prompt engineering, for all of them, this, whatever the data science is going to be, whatever the machine learning is a base concept only. It's a base concept. You are directly using somebody's developed algorithms. That's it. Here we are developing, we are going to be developing, we are training. There, what you are doing is somebody already trained, you are directly using them. So both are quite related. You are using the end product. Here we are developing the product. So you can find the difference now. So what will happen? So if you go to the prompt engineering or LMS systems, LLMs, you are directly using the algorithms, you're directly using the models. But here we are training the models. We know what is going to be the background behind those particular topics. So they are the implementations of this data science only. But anyhow, these are the core concepts we have to learn. So don't think that it is a complete programming is required. At least if you have the capability to learn at least some basic programming like Python. Python is a very easy language. It's not a programming language. It's a scripting language, what we call it as. If you can do that, that is going to be sufficient to learn it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I'm from BI background, and now,
Okay.
let's say I switch for the data science course, and then I'll start finding the jobs in this area. So, seeing the market trends, they generally ask for a little bit of experience and
Yes.
all because
Yeah.
we see that every company looks for some experienced persons, but they are not ready to provide the experience first of all, right? So in that kind of situation, how to handle the interviews and all?
Yeah. You can do that because see, first advantage is you are already in the BI, so you already have some exposure to the data. Okay. So already you know that. I think you are from BI, right? BI or BA? BI, right? BI. Yeah. BI means obviously you know the data. You know what is it. Generally, as a BI, you know that either it may be in ETL or reporting, you are going to do that. You know the data flow. But only thing is you are not working with the data flow. You are helping the data analyst only. You are helping them to analyze the data, but you are not analyzing the data. So imagine a situation where you have the exposure to the data. Now, once if you learn the skills, some of the skills we can apply that on your personal usage, at least some. If I can get the data, you can apply some. Okay, this is the data, this is where I can correlate them. So as for example, you are saying that you are having 5 years of experience in BI. What you do is make 3 years on BI and 2 years on data science, and you please correlate those particular data with your whatever the concepts you have been learning in the data science. So at least you have to show, because they don't accept it like I have BA experience, now I want to get a job, means at least you should show some around 2 years of experience. So say that 3 years you have been worked on the data science on the BI, and let us say that 2 years you have been worked on the, which is going to be on the data science project. Maybe you may not be an expert in the data science, but if you have worked in the data science project, so what skills you applied, and apply some skills what you have been learning in our sessions, so that it will help you to crack the interviews. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure, sir. And apart from that, what are like day-to-day challenges do in a life project?
I'll do that. I told I'll tell you in the today I didn't started any technical concepts, right? So tomorrow I'm going to tell you what are the technical skills that is going to be required. Then you will understand what are the day-to-day activities of a when you're working, because here multiple roles are there. When specifically when you talk about machine learning, so they have to train the models, they have to evaluate the models, okay, a deployment of the models. I'll tell you in the tomorrow's class. You will get a clarity about that complete the whatever the life cycle of a data science engineer.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else, guys? If you have any questions, feel free to discuss, guys. This is an interactive class. It's not a video training. Yeah, please share the demo session video for today as well as Sunday. Yeah, my backend team will send you those details, guys. The sender, I think Sridevi. Yeah, my backend team will send you that, and I'll ask them to send the last video also. That is a workshop session, right? I'll ask them to send the video. They will send you. They'll send you the video as a link. They will update you as a. They will send you a follow-up link. In the follow-up link, you can find it off. Right. Fine, guys. So just for today, I'll stop it here, guys. Okay. So thank you all of you once again for joining the session. And tomorrow also, please join at the same time with the same link, guys. So after that, what is our course curriculum and all these things, I'll do that. Yeah, you can also get OneDrive. Yes, not OneDrive. You will be getting by using Google Drive, guys. Kartikeya. Okay. You will get not OneDrive. We'll get a Google Drive. We cannot maintain multiple drives, right? Fine. Okay. So that is going to be the thing, guys. Just for today, we'll end up the session. So thanks once again. Thank you all of you to have joined the session. So please join tomorrow also, guys, couple of classes. So you'll be getting some little bit understanding about what is data science and all these things. Then we can go ahead for your learning, guys. Okay. So thank you for today. So hope I'll see you all of you tomorrow at the same time and the same link, guys. Thanks all of you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.